these guys reconsider to go back? Because we've seen Tinubu begging them, please come back, we can't stand to lose
Please
you,
reconsider.
don't see us as the enemy, please. Tinubu almost cried. How is that Tinubu really begging?
I therefore urge him to reconsider the decision of these three nations to exit our home and not to perceive our organization as the enemy.
Brothers and sisters, welcome back to yet another video from us. And guys, thank you so much for taking us to 10,000 subscribers. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we can't thank you enough. So please, if you have not subscribed, please join this ride. This is a movement to decolonize our brothers and sisters in the motherland and in the diaspora. And we're so happy because we see a lot of Jamaicans, we see a lot of guys in the US,
Haitians.
you know, a lot of you guys are coming from all walks of this earth, and you are here just appreciating what we do. So guys, we want to talk about Ecowas. I think we've been concentrating on Ecowas and the years, but it's worth it. I swear it's worth every effort, because this is one way we are decolonizing our brothers and sisters and realizing that Africans can, and it's possible. Traore has shown us, Goita has shown us, Abdurrahman Chiani just took us on a history lesson. If you have not seen that interview of Chiani in our channel, please do make sure that you watch it, because you will learn a lot of history about ECOWAS, where it's coming from, how it got messed up by France. It's just worth appreciation, really.
Yeah.
And the reason today we are doing this video is because we want to scrutinize the move by AES, one, by getting out of ECOWAS. Was it worth it? And will these guys reconsider to go back? Because we've seen Tinubu begging them, please come back, we can't stand to lose
Please
you,
reconsider.
don't see us as the enemy, please. Tinubu almost cried. How is that Tinubu really begging? Like, he almost went on his knees to beg. And one thing that we loved is that Chiani and Goita and Traore were not in that meeting.
They have
physically.
not been deterred.
Yeah, so they've just been watching it and
Eyes
laughing from their screens at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, this is the reason that we want to look at this, and we want to deliberate more on their decision of leaving ECOWAS. Is it really worth it?
On Saturday 25th February 2024, 1 month, maybe a little to 1 month, because these guys left ECOWAS, or they announced that they'll be leaving ECOWAS on January 29th, 2024.
Out of the blue.
Although ECOWAS said that they have to spend a year, which is up to next year, to January 29th, 2025. And after these guys left, we saw that Talon, the president, been rushing to make things work so that these guys can have their sanctions lifted and they can come back into ECOWAS. But even with all that, even with all these plans, we saw an interview with Abdurrahman Chiani, an interview with Traore, and a speech by Traore to the committee of the Citizens Watch, people who sit day and night watching so that they make sure that there are no coups in Burkina Faso, there are no coups everywhere in Niger or anywhere. And he was telling, in all these occasions, he was talking about ECOWAS and saying, we are not going back. And even Chiani even said, we are thinking of our own money. So that getting their own money means getting their own central bank and leaving the UEMOA, among other things. But the question that we have, because we saw now Tinubu talking and saying we are not the enemy and you should reconsider.
I therefore urge him to reconsider the decision of these three nations to exit our home and not to perceive our organization as the enemy.
Please reconsider coming back to ECOWAS. Please reconsider your decision on leaving ECOWAS, because they know that they are going to lose. But the question is, will they go back? Because now it's like these guys are making it easy for them to say, okay, because you have lifted the sanctions, because you have allowed us, we can come back. But remember, ECOWAS comes with conditions. You have to tell us when you are going to have an election, a democratic election. That pushes these guys, because one, for example, Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore is fighting with terrorists, and all of them are fighting with terrorists. You cannot organize an election when there's
that
war.
chaotic place, you know.
Even Ibrahim Traore said that
Yeah.
we cannot have election
Because
when
we
there's war.
want everybody to participate,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah. So it will be absurd for any of them to undergo an election.
Like
Then
right now it's too early.
these guys are going from village to village talking to people so that they can decide on how they want to be led. And he said, if you want a king, that is the king you get. Go get. If you want this, and the idea is to get what Russia or China has. They have partial democracy. Like, it's not like the Western democracy that any African country will have, you know. So they have their own African way of ruling. Yes. So Ibrahim Traore refuted claims of going back in any way. Tiani the same, and I'm guessing even Goita Assimi is there. But now it has been made easy. Is it a trap?
Like there's you know, there are those guys you'd be scared. Hey, maybe they will now reconsider and just dump this whole idea. But for these guys, you know, the center of anything that they do is the people. And they usually say that if this thing doesn't benefit the population, then it's not for us. Ecowas is not benefiting the
And they
population.
listen to the people.
Exactly. So if people say, no, we don't want Ecowas, Senegalese are crying for a years. Why would you now want to dump your own beautiful thing that you've built from scratch for something that was way taken away from you guys by France in 1991? You need to watch that speech by Chian. So, I you know, having known these guys, you know, I feel like I know these three guys, man.
Exactly.
From just the interaction that we've had, I know that there's no way that they could consider going back to Ecowas, you know.
Yeah.
I know maybe they will come back with conditions. The more they see that these guys are not falling for this trap, maybe they will say, okay, we'll give you time to work on your country, but please come back. You know, won't put pressure on you when elections are coming. They will try to loosen up some bolts, but it's not going to be easy for these guys to say, fine.
But one thing that gives me hope about these guys of the AES is they have invested in it. Remember, December 30th, we had a foreign ministers meeting, economy ministers meeting in, where was it? Was it Bamako? I don't remember. Bamako or Ouagadougou.
Yeah.
The first one was either in Bamako or Niamey. This one, the one in
The recent one
was in Ouagadougou. And imagine that is when they decided that we will have an airline. And 2 days or 3 days ago, they already met so that they can start this airline. Then they decided that they are going to have their own currency and bank. They decided that they are going to have a confederation. Then after that, they have come up to Feb, and they had meetings of ministers, and they already laid down all the processes and policies for the confederation. Now tell me, they have invested so much, and these guys, when they talk about something, it is something they did like a month ago.
It's already done. It's just a matter of revealing it to you.
So when they talk about a bank and money,
It's there.
the money is actually, one of our subscribers said that the money has already been printed in Russia. Remember?
Yeah.
So probably it's true. This money is there. They have already invested.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you're going to come and tell me I've used $10 million and you are telling me now, don't do that, come back. You come back to where you left. It's true. Ecowas is that bitter X.
How stupid would you be to have left somebody you have known for some years and you've seen that this person has done nothing to me but just suffering and misery. And now you've gotten this very beautiful guy who's willing to take care of you and give you this, you know, hopeful future that is also going to benefit your children and whoever is coming after you. For you to go back to that stupidity, man, I think we are way past that. ECOWAS should just move on without them, realize that it's done. Whatever 74 million that they were getting per year from AES, it's gone. If it's France, they should just realize that everything that they've been looting is done and gone and dusted. Now maybe it's a matter of them looking at, you know, other ways in which they can improve their countries without dependency on Africa. We're still hoping for Senegal. They're still hoping for ivory because Ivory Coast tried to arrest its civilians and citizens from the AES, thinking that these guys maybe will revolt against their presidents and their leaders. And once you touch the people, because these guys are centered around the people, once you touch the people, once you make their people suffer, you have even hurt them.
You have touched the bottom of a bee.
Now they touch those citizens, and we know that everything that they do is for the benefit of the citizen. How do you now arrest my citizens? Just adding more anger to say we can't be part of this nonsense. We would rather stay alone and do it ourselves.
So this is what I'm foreseeing the future. I'm not a prophet, but this is what I'm foreseeing. These guys won't go back, but what they will do is they will allow the Ecowas countries to continue having those
trading with them and
like trade pacts and all that, and their people can come invest like
from
then because for example, Tiani was talking about these people being brothers, and he said there's no way the government will ever stop people from moving. They will always find ways, and they also say that 11% of investments in Cote d'Ivoire are by Burkina. That's what they said. And the rest, they talked about the rest being 7.5% from Benin, I don't know, 5% is China, 5% is France, which is a lie. But that's what they say. But if that's the case, they'll still allow these people to continue investing and, doing their business like it was in Ecowas. But in the future, we are foreseeing an AES passport, an AES currency, an AES bank.
airline.
Yes. And this is my prayer this year that Senegal, because Senegalese are meeting on February 26th to decide on a new date. I'm hoping that whoever becomes a president, and I'm praying that he joins AES and drops Ecowas, and later we are going to see Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire doing the same, because we are almost to the elections, and it will start happening like it's happening in Senegal, because people are tired.
And our history needs to be written. Like, we are documenting this history. I wish that the children of West Africa, those who have puppet presidents right now, will one day look back and say, wow, Tinubu, you've wasted us. We never want to have such a president in our, we can never go back to where our forefathers came from. And this is such information that is very vital for our people. And we are glad that yes, those presidents are really educating their people, because we lacked education. Our fathers maybe have some bit of history on colonialization and all of these things, but them not passing it to us, we are now finding it it's very difficult for us to, it's so difficult to find out what happened to your forefathers, because you need to keep digging and some of the information is just left hanging somewhere. But we wish that our generation will never experience such difficulty knowing who they are, knowing where they come from, because this is the only way that they defeat us. Once you don't know what happened to you, repeat the same mistake.
Your culture, your history.
You will never be able to get out of it, because you don't know how these guys got out of it. Right now, Chiani, Traore are showing us the way of getting out of this mess.
And I'm so glad, and because one thing they are doing is they are it's like rewriting the or bringing about a new form of education. You saw Ibrahim Traore talking to children and telling them some bit of history, and you also saw in the interview Tiani was talking about the history of Niger in the Songhai Empire. He's talking about the sultanates which came and ruled over the years. He's talking about a period before even the colonials came to Africa. That is the history we need. We need to talk to learn about Mansa Musa. We need to learn about the Songhai Empire, the Mali Empire, the Wolof Empire. We need to learn about those things. Then we come and learn about slave trade. Who stole our people and took them to the Caribbean and the United States and Brazil and South America? We need to learn about colonialism. Who these people who came and killed our people, took our land, took our minerals. We need to learn about neocolonialism. And with this knowledge, we'll know how to relate with these people, and we'll know who is a puppet. Like Ibrahim Traore says, you need to learn and understand who is a puppet,
Who's a
sellout, and who is a
slave.
house slave.
Yeah, otherwise you just be moving with people and electing leaders who are not even there for your benefit.
Exactly.
Just there for the benefit of their families and their stomachs, which we can never allow in our African continent. Never again.
Yeah, so guys, let us know, what do you think? Do you think these guys are going back to Ecowas? Or are you like us who think they have invested so much in the AES and even in leaving Ecowas that they don't want to be part of it?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. We are on the road now to 20,000. It's been a journey with you guys, and we are so grateful that you got us to 10,000. We see you in the next one.
A luta continua.
A luta continua.
Bye.